Brian, Andrew, Pete and Leslie watch their Greek house reaching completion. And Brian starts his new life by finally finding a job.
Customers are always right unless they're wrong. Okay.
But then a huge row threatens to bring the whole dream crashing down.
We've lost our dream. I think we have lost our dream, Brian.
This has all gone completely pear-shaped.
Disaster. Absolute disaster.
Pete and Leslie are on holiday in Crete with new expats Brian and Andrew. The last couple of weeks have felt like one long party, and it's given everyone the chance to enjoy all the fun that the island has to offer. But all good things come to an end, and it's time for Pete and Leslie to go home, and for Brian and Andrew to face up to the reality of making a permanent life here.
You'll be all right. Yeah.
And keep the pecker up.
Cheerio, mate. Cheerio, mate. It's really strange saying goodbye to somebody, going back to England, and we're not going.
Anyway, let's go home and feed the animals.
Have a large drink.
Another drink, eh?
Why not?
Right.
I cope.
Brian and Andrew aren't entirely alone. At least they have the companionship of their pets waiting for them back at the rented villa.
I bet they're bursting.
Today, the dogs have prepared a special surprise for them.
Oh, bloody hell.
Blood! Get inside. Go on, in. In!
Maybe they are equally traumatised by Pete and Leslie's departure and have expressed their feelings in the only way they know how.
That is so awful. Rupert, is that you? Oh, yes, it is. Look,
Yes.
Guilty look.
Guilty as
Slink.
charged.
Look at it. And
Well, it's not a day.
they've been left for 8 or 9 hours sometimes, and they've been fine. It's about £200 worth of damage.
Brian and Andrew are very strapped for cash, and with cost already mounting on their house build, this is an expense they could do without.
So the first bit of furniture we buy in Crete is for somebody else.
Next morning, the postman brings a parcel which contains a vital part of their new life.
All right. So what do you think? Do I look good in orange?
Give us a twirl.
Andrew has a job for the summer period as a holiday rep, and it's the first time he's seen the natty uniform. It's obviously designed to stand out in a crowd.
I think that is rather smart uniform. Matches your eyes. You don't feel sort of...
I don't feel sort of what?
Do you like it?
Well, it's different. It fits.
Now I've got a competition now, you see. I've got to find something equally dashing.
Brian's lack of Greek means that job options are limited, but with the holiday season about to kick off, he does manage to land a modest position as a pool cleaner.
They take forever.
Every pool he cleans will earn him €20, which is about £14. An experienced local could get 5 or 6 pools like this cleaned in a day and still enjoy a siesta.
What are you doing? A lot of time.
Well, give us a chance, mate. It's my first pool I'm trying. I'm doing my best. You told me to go slowly, and I'm going slowly.
I go now.
Goodbye.
I come back in half an hour because we have one pool more to do.
Yeah, right.
On his second pool, Brian adopts a new approach. If he can move all the dirt to one side of the pool floor, he might be able to hoover it up twice as fast. Well, that's the theory.
I'm hating every minute of this job. And if he comes and shouts at me, he'll get his broom in a place that's never seen the sun.
Having resigned after only one day of pool cleaning, Brian decides to try for work he has more experience in, hospitality and liquid refreshment. He's got a day's trial as a waiter. The customers, Greek and British, are soon putting him through his paces.
Can we have 2 Nescafes? And can you not put your thumb in the cup when you bring it out? Because I noticed that you tend to put your thumbs in the cup.
I'll dance the Highland Fling if you like. There you go. The sugar. There's no sugar. There's no sugar in it. Okay. No, and the customer's always right unless they're wrong. Okay. What do you want? Water. Vodka. I thought you asked for black coffee.
So you cannot get a start.
Overall, I thought this was going to be a little quiet job. in a quiet bar, but it's hell. The English out there are taking a mickey. It's not really going to work at all.
For Brian, the prospect of doing this for just over £4 an hour, day in and day out, is rapidly losing its appeal.
If I could go now, I would do, but I've given my word and I'll stay until 7 o'clock. Then you won't see me for dust. I'm not coming back here. I'll be on the other side of the bar.
Brian resigns again, but he has an interesting idea to make up for the lost revenue. Using a hire car here is costing them a fortune, and whilst behind the bar, Brian got wind of a bargain second-hand car they could buy that would be ideal for their needs. Andrew is sceptical.
I make a phone call for you. Just a moment.
Okay. Well, that's promising.
Depends what they mean by good.
It's worth a shot.
And
We'll have a look.
Okay, my cousin Costas has a very good car for you, a
Yeah.
very good price.
It's in good condition.
Yes, very good.
That's
Okay,
great.
40,000.
A rendezvous is arranged for that afternoon in the sleepy town of Cephalus. Despite his misgivings over the whole venture, Andrew loyally attempts to be positive.
Hopefully we'll get the car that we want. That's quite nice.
Yes.
We get 2 dogs in the back of that. It's a hatchback.
Yeah.
Looks promising. Nice colour.
Is this the... Are you Costas?
Hello. Hello. Are you Costas? Costas?
Obviously not.
Obviously not Costas then. Get the dogs in the back of that.
That'd be fine. This can't be it.
I hope that's
This
not it.
cannot be it.
Tell me this isn't it. It is.
Costas?
Καλημέρα.
Calamera. Costas?
I'm Costas, yeah. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Καλημέρα. My
Calamera.
cousins say you are interested to buy a car.
Yes.
We are. Have you got the car with you?
Yeah, it's that one.
Is that one?
Yes.
Right. Let's have a look. It's,
Yeah, it has some small damages, but
Little damage, yes.
yeah,
Sort of...
it's really good.
I don't think so.
No. It's aerodynamically shaped at the front.
How much
How
is
much
it?
is it?
Just 700 euros.
Well, do you want to try it?
No, I think you should try it.
I don't think I'll get in there.
Jesus. Bit of a tight fit, is it? There's some daylight through the floor. Doesn't look safe. I just hope I get to see him again.
Oh, no. No, this is no good at all.
So, do you like my Toyota?
Yes, it's not quite the right colour that we were looking for.
Not quite the car. Oh, thank you.
But if you spend some money, you can make it very nice, you know.
We have 2 or 3 more, and we've got
Okay,
your
so
telephone.
you have my number, so you can call me if you are interested.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think this is the best deal we can have here, you know.
Oh, sure.
Okay,
Okay, well,
thank
thank you
you.
very
Yeah,
much
you're welcome.
indeed. Yes,
Thank you for
nice to
bringing
see
it
you.
to us. Thank you.
Yes, okay.
Take care.
We won't be ringing you. My hands are shaking. It needs to be scrapped.
At the building site, the house is shaping up fast, which is just as well because Brian and Andrew are hoping to move in upstairs in 3 weeks' time. The downstairs, which will one day be Pete and Leslie's holiday home, is to be left as a shell for the present to keep costs down.
Really how quickly it changes, isn't it?
Can't actually believe it's got this far.
But upstairs is still missing Brian's enormous motorised window. It's being manufactured in Coventry, and when installed will frame the fabulous views over Souda Bay. It is a complicated and expensive project, costing them £38,000. Not surprisingly, the manufacturers want to make sure that nothing is left to chance, and they've asked Brian and Andrew to conduct some on-site checks of the measurements. Now all they need to do is check this information against the window dimensions. The factory in Coventry has been working flat out for months to meet this deadline.
I can't wait for this window to arrive now. That's the pièce de résistance. This is going to be the icing on the cake, isn't it? And I'm very, very happy with this.
It's Michaelis the architect who gets the call no one wanted to hear.
This is a very serious problem.
The actual hole that has been made in the wall there is 25 centimetres shorter, so the window won't fit it.
Brian is beside himself.
I suspect.
Michaelis refuses to widen the gap as the window and its motors weigh in at 3 tons, and he's worried the house won't safely support it.
I think we've lost this window. I really do.
Shattering blow.
So near and yet so far.
Brian's only solace is that he never signed the contract with the manufacturers. He isn't liable for a penny.
Look at this.
Back in England, they are not too happy when he gets in touch.
That's a text message from Crete. Site meeting's over. The window cannot proceed. The changes cannot now be made. The house cannot be demolished. It's over. A text message. That's the end of it. What the Christ?
Brian's dream is no more. The house is virtually complete, and the builders have been swift in finding a replacement for Brian's cancelled motorised window. Brian is still devastated by its loss and can't bear to watch the substitute patio doors being fitted. Pete and Leslie have flown in to help Brian and Andrew with the move and see the finishing touches on their new house for themselves.
Well, there's the window.
Excellent.
No, it's not, Pete. I just had this dream about something different.
But it's not like any other lounge onto any other balcony because it has that view.
Yes, no, Andrew. This view has got that, it's got that, it's got that, it's got that, it's got that.
Well, I just don't understand your passion over it, because quite frankly, that to me is more like a window I would have put in the first place.
All I ever wanted was the whole lot to drop.
While Brian and Andrew are preoccupied, Pete and Leslie sneak off downstairs. The window was going to drop down to the ground floor, and cancelling it means that there is more space and more options for their apartment.
That is about 100 mil.
We have to have an alternative. This is it.
If you look at the drawing, you can see now, this whole area becomes open, because the window would have dropped down there. That would have left that as a dead space. Now that's not being a dead space, we could put, say, perhaps there, a patio door in. So, you know, we're quite excited.
Satisfied with their research, Pete and Leslie escape the tense atmosphere of the villa for a much-needed breath of fresh air. But unknown to them, Brian and Andrew also have some new ideas for downstairs, and as soon as their friends are out of the door, they take the opportunity to conduct equally discreet investigations.
They're right to the wall.
Andrew has come up with a radical idea to increase their meagre income. His plan is to buy out Pete and Leslie and develop downstairs into holiday flats.
Stop playing with the tape. Hold it tight. It's not difficult. We're just making sure we've got the exact measurements that I can then, on paper, work out how we can fit 2 apartments downstairs. And I think that's far better use of the space. It means that, in theory, looking after the 2 apartments will then give Brian a job.
Well, I think we're being a bit deceitful creeping around down here.
No, I don't think so.
Andrew's thinking is that Pete and Leslie could still stay in the flats or the house and so have a holiday home and money in their pocket.
Still not very happy about it, Andrew. No.
They agree to wait for an appropriate moment to raise this contentious proposal. It's moving-in day, and their luggage that set sail from England 7 weeks ago can finally be unloaded into the new house.
Office.
Pete and Andrew waste no time and get to work fitting the kitchen, but Brian, as usual, is finding it difficult to focus on manual labour.
Do you like that? I got more trains in here, I got signals. Coventry buses.
Right, look, this kitchen finished, we've got to try and make room to get some of this stuff out.
Yeah, I've been doing it, Pete. I've just found a few artefacts that...
All I've seen you do is go backwards and forwards with a box in your hand. I haven't seen any being opened and emptied yet.
Well, we're trying to actually make some space. There's no point in opening it up, we've got nowhere to put it.
Brian's solution is to make space by stacking all the boxes in one place.
Yeah, the trains can go in the spare bedroom as well.
It's not the spare bedroom, Brian, it's our bedroom.
Oh, sorry. Can that go in the spare bedroom?
Come on, Brian, this is
Yeah,
the
okay.
supply to the old gold blimey.
Can you take this?
Well, where am I going to put it? You know, I've slept in tents that would have been more comfortable than that. I get out for a pee tonight, how am I going to get out?
Well, you'll have to go before you go to bed.
In a word, the sooner we get downstairs done, the better. Because, you know, this is becoming a farce.
Yeah. Well, Andrew might have something to say about that.
About what?
Well,
I hardly think this is the time or the place, is it?
If you've got something on your minds, I'd sooner hear it now than wait till later. Otherwise, I'm going to be spending the rest of the day wondering what on earth you're talking about.
I haven't got anything on my mind. Have you, Andrew?
I wasn't going to mention it now, but obviously Brian's brought it up, so we will mention it now. I thought perhaps it would help if we were to give you back the money that you've put in to downstairs, because all the time you're going to come out this year, if we're not doing anything downstairs, you will be staying with us upstairs here. So if we've done that, we would then be able to finish and equip downstairs sooner than obviously when you could do it.
So
And then
we've wasted the last 12 months.
Sounds as though you just, not just want to buy us out, you want to buy us off.
No, it's not a
Oh,
cost
that's
of buying
absolute
you out.
crap.
We've lost our dream. We go back to Wales and we've lost our
I mean,
dream.
no,
Well, I think we have lost our dream, Brian, because suddenly everything has changed.
Until you actually get it finished downstairs, you are going to be staying up here with us in the spare bedroom.
That's not what the original.
I know, but
That's not the original plan. We flogged our bloody boat because we were going to have a holiday place out here. Now, because you're not having a window, you thought, oh, we can buy them off.
No, that's not
Well,
the
that's
idea.
how it's coming over
I know
to
it's
me.
coming across like that.
It's
but
coming
that's
across
not how
like
it
that.
is.
Because if you buy us out now, that's it. It's finished.
This has all gone completely pear-shaped.
Well,
this
I
is
just said
not...
it wasn't the time to mention it now, but
Well,
you
we've
opened
bloody
your big
mentioned
mouth.
it.
I'm not very happy at all.
Why did you have to mention that now?
Well, it just sort of came out.
I said to you, we would put some plans down on paper because they want to change what they want to do downstairs, so we can put another set of plans to them. But you jumped the gun, now look what's happened.
I don't know where to go from here.
I just feel as though the last year's been all for nothing.
Well, that's how I feel. We finish up with sod all.
Happy?
No, of course I'm not happy.
Well, you should have kept your mouth shut.
It's a takeover bid. And I feel it looks as though it's a fairly hostile takeover bid.
Disaster. Absolute disaster.
Hang on a second, you two. This whole thing has got totally and utterly out of hand and out of proportion. An innocent suggestion. I mean, Andrew doesn't know what to do because he wouldn't upset either of you for the world. It was a suggestion to help. It's obviously turned out as an insult. And that was never, ever the intention.
I'm glad you see it as an insult, Brian, because that's exactly how I see it.
Well, I've just had words. The whole thing is out of court. It's not even up for discussion. That is it. It was talked about, you've exploded, you've got upset, Andrew's upset. It's finished. It will be as you want it.
I can't in my wildest dreams imagine why you thought we'd go for that.
It was meant to be a discussion we would have when we were all in there, settled, and have a discussion. It wasn't meant to be a great big row and a hullabaloo and all the rest of it.
But I don't know why you mentioned it, Brian.
No,
then,
I don't
if
know
it
why
was
you
gonna
mentioned
be-
it.
I knew it'd be turned round to me.
I think it's your ear
I
trigger.
knew.
It's
I knew it.
It's my fault because it was my idea.
Okay. Is there any beers in that fridge?
Yes.
Is like a murder one.
We'll all have to share the beer because there's only one, I think, left.
Oh, is there?
Yes.
Status quo, and I don't mean the band.
Thank you, dear.
Little lady.
Little.
Mister. I never drink out of a
I
can.
don't normally know.
No style.
The crisis is averted. The house is ready to move into. And here is their new home. 2 sunny bedrooms, a dining room, a kitchen, a bathroom, a lounge leading onto an elegant balcony from which stairs lead down to the pool area. The pool is raised so that when finished, swimmers will enjoy a wonderful view. It's everything that the team had dreamed of. And so now all that remains to be done is to move in the rest of the family.
Come on now, boys. Oh, come on. Yeah. What do you reckon to that, then, eh?
Right. No chewing.
Thanks for coming out.
Journey's end, my friend. Ooh.
Right, lads.
Whole new place to explore.
Have a little bonding session.
It's been a journey of highs and lows, with many hurdles to clear, but throughout the trials and tribulations, they have kept the vital ingredient, their friendship.
You ever imagine not living here now?
No, I can't. This is everything and more.
And for the first night in their dream home, dinner under the stars on their very own balcony is the perfect way to celebrate. And on the menu this evening is that well-known Greek speciality, meat, 2 veg and gravy.
I tell you, I think really, Brian, having sort of gone this far, I think all of us should have been a bit more forceful and blown the window out the water from day one, because it would have saved a lot less aggravation.
What are you saying to me?
Well, I'm saying that, you're happy now.
I really am.
Forget the window, Brian. Just look at what you've got. We're sitting out here, we've got an ephemeral view, a wonderful view.
Got as much as you can see.
Much as you can see, and the window really wouldn't have made that view any better.
I take your point.
After all the trials, the tribulations, the ups and the downs, the end result is what makes the whole journey worthwhile. The future.
The future.
I will get my window one day.